So good evening. Today we're going to see about the waveform generators and voltage regulators. So this is a topic depends upon the various voltage regulations and waveforms that comes in the linear integrated circuits. So in this topic we're going to discuss what are the waveform generation will happen in the linear integrated circuits and how the problem is defined and how a particular solution is identified, and finally how the concept is explained with the need practical applications. So here first we use the user need analysis. So where how the electron devices we are normally using in the laboratories, that is the digital storage oscilloscope, or that is a DSO, or the CRO cathode oscilloscope, which gives the waveform based upon the given input and output. So it is highly dependent upon the given ICs. So how this unregulated power supplies problems will get transferred from the with the help of this above block diagram. First we will use a transformer which convert the high level voltage into a regulated level voltage, that is based upon the customer need. Then voltage is divided, and next the rectifier diode bridges, and next the smoothing capacitor. So finally how the load is travel between the input to the output. So this is the process happen in the unregulated power supplies. So finally I'm going to see the voltage variation also from the input transformer to the various load variations. So everything happened based upon the different type of the load regulations. So this is the thing happened in the unregulated supply problems. So I have identified a solution from the given problem statement. So how to maintain the constant output voltage, and how to give a stable supply, and also how to maintain a proper gain and oscillation in the given system, and how to implement in the real-time application. So this is the problem definition that gets from the customer side based upon their local needs. Next, how the technical requirements factors that gets based changes based upon the customer needs. For somebody regulates depends upon the line regulation, somebody regulates the current depends upon the load regulation, and somebody depends upon the thermal regulations, and somebody depends upon the short circuit protection and also thermal protection. So based upon the customer needs, the regulation and the voltage needs get varied based upon the load also, and also based upon the application. So based upon the application and thing, the load get varies. So based upon the load, the regulation gets varied. So we have to give a proper solution which gives a proper stabilized output without any short circuit failures in between the circuit, and also it has to give a stabilized output. So this is the ideal solution that I have identified for this waveform generators and the voltage regulators. So this is a brain teaser, small brain teaser in between the session. You can just have a series. So finally I summarize the session. How the input is gathered from the real-time application, and how the load get divided for each type of input, and how the voltage regulation variations get played with the help of the need. So everything depends upon the customer needs. So finally we conclude the session with a short assessment. I have given a short quiz based upon this regulation process. So here I finally conclude that how the waveform regulator supports the voltage regulators based upon the customer need and also load variation for the real-time application. So this is the process happening in the voltage regulation. So previously the people might use the Zener diode for voltage regulation, whereas the PN junction diodes are highly used for the rectifier AC to DC, whereas the Zener diodes are highly used for the voltage regulation to give a constant voltage supply and also to maintain a proper load about variations and real-time application working, and in order to avoid the short circuit, we will be using the proper IC voltage regulators. So these are the reference for this particular topic, and with this we stop here. Thank you.